Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching the world. It is early and I am suffering. That's basically the intro to this one. I'm not suffering for any particular reason other than this was just a really difficult one to crack off. It is 4:10 in the morning. I'm sitting here with producer B, who, as always, has all of this stuff set up so that I didn't have to wake up at like 2:30 to get this going. So, and also I didn't tell you beforehand, I sent some graphics out that I made up that are in the Discord server. They should be there if you wanted to grab them. Howdy, everybody. How are you? I expect this one to be a slow trickle-in day. Is ridiculous as 4:10 in the morning is. It certainly is also ridiculous on the East Coast. For those of you who have braved the alarm clock, and there's the blast of the volume everywhere. Is not everything set up. Let me just start with this as I dive into it. Brendan, how the hell are you?
I am good. I was surprised. I mean, it's not 4 a.m. like you, but I was feeling it a little bit this morning. But I went out a little bit last night, so that's understandable.
Well, so a little bit of sympathy then, but I mean, if it's self-inflicted, I mean, that's just
I have no business complaining with you on the line. So
Matt's here, the racecourse ramble. How are you, my friend? I didn't have something to talk about. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I didn't expect to see myself here. There you go. Even depending on which democracy you live in. Wouldn't that be is the sun rising or the sun setting, depending on which democracy you live? We don't want to get in there. Hey, this one, an interesting one to get into the roster. This one, an interesting one because you want to talk about away and home form. This one should be intriguing for that purpose because, I mean, we handled this one handled the Cobblers relatively easy back in the Kairos 4-1 as far as a win. Goal early, followed by them tying it up, and then we sort of ran it out. And I never felt under threat in that one. Should have started a poll. Yeah, if I could do that when I wasn't here. Brendan doesn't have control of the polls. That's the thing that I have to do, so I'd have to start it. But answer honestly, did you think I was going to wake up for this one? Painful start. So we'll get into this. It's we're going back to back today, so we'll have we'll jump over to watch the Stockport one after this one. At least I'm okay with that, Brendan. I didn't ask you if you were. If I have to set up my own thing, I can do that on the side. But we'll power through and pick up the Stockport game after this one. And then we're back tomorrow, back on Tuesday. There's games everywhere. And most importantly, maybe, I don't know, feels like it to me, I've got tickets to the UK purchased.
Nice.
If there was an alarm clock or one of those sounds, or those those boo, 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 where you hit the horn, I would buzz the hell out of that one and get you to smash it. I can't even get that excited. I'm gassed. But yeah, February 26th will be when I put my feet on the ground on London Heathrow, and we'll be there till March 21st or something like that. I won't be able to make it to all 6 games that are going on and currently scheduled. But I will be able to make it to a bunch of them. So still figuring that out. I suspect Bolton will be on the list. It kind of has to be, because if I'm going to go to a home game, there's only really 2 of them that are there. The Bolton game and the Rotherham game. We'll do score predictions. We'll jump into the lineup. There's some interesting little tidbits with that one. Do you have the Wrexham squad up?
I do, sir.
All right. Obvious discussion piece is informs national security. I'm bringing my kids. I'll be well behaved. I promise. They gave me the ETA already, or electronic transfer thing. Anyways, Ogonkwo on the bench. Let's pause and talk about that and what that represents. There were, coming back from injury, wasn't himself. We thought previously was that a message was being sent that you were off your game, Arthur. You got to find it, or you're going to lose your position, Arthur. What's going on? He comes back. He hasn't looked at himself, although he did make that great stop to the right and got his mitts out in the last game, arguably to preserve 3 points. But what's your take on the move here? Is this, to me, this is Parkey saying, as in form, I think Howard's the better option. Do you think that that's it? Do you think that Ogonkwo's got a knock? Do you think, like, I don't understand this one. So To me, that's what it has to be. Is it's not just sending a message now. It's either Ogonko's got a knock or Howard's the better option. Do you have sort of the same interpretation?
I don't know that both couldn't be true as well. Like maybe he's just slightly sick, or like maybe he didn't push hard, or maybe he didn't have a good week of practice. And Parky's trying to make a statement here, like, no, you got to work your butt off in practice. You got to be good on the pitch as well. I think this is a game maybe that Parky feels somewhat confident in, and he feels he doesn't need the Arthur difference. I can tell you this. I think there's, I'm going to knock on wood. I think there's less chance of mistakes with Howard. There's less chance of brilliant saves, but less chance of mistakes. And maybe if you think you're going to score at least a goal or two, then you want Howard, because he's less like, what does he mess up like once a year, twice a year? And it's usually bad, right? Like you lose a game because of it, but otherwise very solid. Like you can count on him keeping the ball in, good passing from out the back. He keeps his hands on it. He's much better, I think, on set plays and corners where he gets the ball.
He controls the area.
So, like, Arthur's better, but he's got to clean stuff up. And if this is a statement that helps him, work on that, then great.
Wrexham in full voice. I can hear them in the background doing their thing. I want to get through this early because I might actually need a second cup of coffee. So I might have to blast off after I run this through and then get back in time for kickoff here. So the back line, no real surprises there. Brent Cleworth and O'Connell get the nod. As far as the midfield, we're going to go with, the wings are steady. Barnett and McLean, no issue there. The midfield, James, Dobson, Rathbone, might come back to this one as far as Cannon is on the bench. Two things that we need to talk about. First, Elliot Lee had a car accident. If there's a driver training course, and I know that there are a couple of them in Wrexham, they may want to offer. I don't know what the story is. I'm not going to blame error for McLean or Lee on their driving things, but maybe a defensive driving course, something. Yikes! 2 accidents within the span of a couple of weeks. Not what you want. So we can make our driver training jokes if it's necessary. I haven't heard that he's seriously injured or anything like that. I didn't actually hear of any injury really substantive at all. So I wasn't sure if he'd be able to go or not. But then talking about the depth chart in any event, if Lee was healthy, where does he fit now? To me, he doesn't fit in those 3 anyways. And I would have probably Cannon on form ahead of him. And then you ask the question, well, George Evans is back. Where does he fit? Longman, could he be a midfielder? Does he fit? So it's a fascinating thing. No Palmer, no Mullen anywhere in the starting 11 or on the subs. No Lee, no Palmer. If you would have said that was an option at the start of the year on your bingo card, I think people would have been like, what? So there's a thing. Our strike force, Smith and Rodriguez, which means on the bench, who are you getting? Defensively, you've got Scar. As far as on the wings to cover, you've got Revan or Longman. And in the midfield, you've got Cannon, potentially Longman, and up front, Marriott and Fletcher to come in late. Just dawned on me that you sound like Roland. I don't know who Roland is. Roland.
Hopefully that's a compliment.
I hope that's a compliment. Right now, I probably sound like a drugged up moose trying to communicate through a live mic. In any event, just really quickly with the Northampton thing, their defenders. What in the flying bleep is going on with their defenders? So first off, different goaltender than we had in the 4-1 win. Zanev has taken over. The Wellington-born Kiwi taken over in goal. But their top defenders are Joe Guthrie, who's had 2,109 minutes, McGowan, who's on the bench, 1,535 minutes, and Guinness Walker, who's had 1,274 minutes. That's 14 starts, 19 starts, and 26 starts. Oh, wait, McGee. Oh, no, McGee is their leading goal scorer. Sorry. Guthrie has 24 starts. None of them are in the lineup. Instead, you're going to get this Daiche kid, number 35, who's only had 235 minutes, and you're going to get the other guy, Willis, has 711 minutes, and so it's going to be an interesting one. Odamayo has had his fair share. He's been a midfielder and a defender. He's up there 1,870. So it's going to be interesting. Look, we're 10 minutes away. I'm going to definitely a compliment. I will take it. Mark Griffiths is in your ear if you're listening on iFollow. And I'm going to set this down because I need to get a second blast of coffee because it's going to be one of those days and I need to fire it up. So Brendan's going to have to carry the ball here. I'll pass it over to you. Being close to rugby, Northampton, by the way. So maybe there's a story there. I'll pass you the ball. It's in your safe hands. Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I think I'm going to hop over to Discord, see some of the stuff. Welsh Techie, Eat More Chips is his podcast. He sent out some pictures from the stadium. I love when our Red Horde fans that go to the game, there are quite a few of them, when they send in pics. So let me hop over to that. Let me see here. Give me a second. Let me jump over. Oh, how does that even look? I don't even know. You can see a little of it. He has his own footage of them warming up. That's pretty cool. Let me move around, trying to figure out what window I'm in. Got so much going on today. Yeah, this is the Discord one. Let me just change the screen size. Go to this one. That's going to show up for you guys well. Sorry. Should have practiced all these beforehand. More warming up videos. You can see it there. Another video here. Good stuff by Welsh Techie. I love the panoramics, by the way. So we know where he's sitting. I guess that's where all the Wrexham fans would be, that backside corner there. That's a cool picture. His picture from coming in from outside the stadium. It's not a bad looking stadium. What else do we got here? Oh, we got great stuff, as always, from Andy. Going over who's playing who and what place they're in. What things look like. Birmingham, obviously, in first place. We're still in third. Let's see what you guys say. Oh, there's Welsh Techie.
Oh, boy. And he's back. I was quiet, so I just jumping right in unless you were doing something in particular.
No, I was sorry. I'm limited, right? I was typing it, and Welsh Techie joined, and he had sent in a lot of pics from the stadium and videos, warm-up videos and stuff. So I was playing the videos, which I wish I had prepped a little better so they were bigger on the screen. And then I was going over Andy's graphics.
Yeah, it's Wanton says surprisingly the stadium only holds 8,000. It does look small but new. Northampton, an interesting town. It's one of those things that if it was in Canada, it wouldn't exist anymore. It got bumped off by the M1 between Birmingham and London, and so it's kind of whenever the highway rolled through in North America, if it missed your town, your town died. But Northampton's lots of history, so I guess it still was able to survive there. Good morning, middle of the night. Welcome to
Nash.
Man. This one will be one, is what I've got to say. So, Techie, thanks so much, by the way. I don't know if he's listening, for sending all those the pictures and stuff of Northampton while he was there. Had a bit of a shout out as to who wasn't going to be in the roster because they were out 10 minutes before the roster was released. So we knew Ian Ashfield traveled with them, which I see. That's stuff that I don't even know about because I'm not over there, right? But it'll be interesting to me. The Huddersfield match, I want to really want to make that game as the away, as at least one of the away games. I want to make Rotherham. I want to make the Bolton game, and then I'll probably have to choose between Reading and Wickham. I think if I can get tickets on a Wickham one, that would be the one to go to. But I also got to convince my wife that I'm not ignoring the family while I'm over there. So it will be a balance. And if anybody has any tips on that front, feel free to do that. The Cobblers, I don't know if anybody is here from Northampton or if Matt, if you know, or anybody else, why this Daiche, Willis, and Otamayo back line. I should add this. Daesh. And so the other one is Perry and Costello. Are two players that are in on loan, one from Burnley and one from, oh God, I can't remember without looking it up. It's early in the morning and I'm struggling. Loan in. Burnley, Nottingham Forest, Ben Perry, the attacking midfielder, 20 years of age. So they're going to have a couple of young guns running around up front to deal with. Costello, 22, Irishman from Limerick, who he was out with Accrington Stanley last year, and I'm wondering if they have a connection between Accrington Stanley and Northampton, because I guess maybe not. I thought Zanev was from there, but we saw Zanev last year from AFC Wimbledon, so it could be there. Too late for a wife, Sean. I get it. Yes, I could have the family detained by national security. I don't even know what that looks like, and what kind of trouble I would get from my wife if she found out. I was like, "Hey, somebody make a call so I can make this football match. Just hold them for 3 hours. That's all I need. Just hold them for 3 hours." That'll be the polls. Sam Cruz, how are you, my friend? It's been a while. Nice to see you here. Earlier time there. It's what 11? Is it 11 p.m. Sydney time? You'll have to let me know exactly where it is for you. Me, honey, we're moving from California to the East Coast. Is this so you don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch? That's hilarious. No. Oh, man. Should I start looking for work in Halifax, Nova Scotia? Is that what you're telling me? I don't even know. Look, we'll be here for the lads. This one's going to be, I guess, Sky Sports, so it'll be interesting because everybody else will be watching along in the UK. You can watch it on Paramount and Golazo in the United States. I follow everywhere else. Players are making their way out on the pitch. Us in our gold. The bad guys, Northampton in their maroons. We didn't do score predictions, and I didn't bring up the stats. Did you have those stats to run through really quick? I will say this: I get in trouble for saying the bad stuff all the time with the officials, and so let me just say this one while I have the chance. The official for this one, we have lots of experience with him. Tom Reeves, we saw him 7 times. It's been since 2019. It's 2018, I guess, the first game, the 2018-2019 season. 6 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw through that run. So a good history there, the last one being a 2-1 win last year against Colchester, I believe. In any event, sort of run-of-the-mill. I don't expect anything other than what we've seen from an average dude as far as his stats go. He's calls an average amount of fouls. He's a little bit behind in yellow cards. He's a little bit higher in red cards, but that's also a matter of sample. And so there's nothing that you can really draw out of his game. This one is fascinating. Usually you can go through a club and you can be like, oh, well, they're really good at this. I don't have that for Northampton. The only thing that's interesting to me is their possession is not exceptionally strong, 43.3%, but somehow they eke out 370.9 accurate passes per match. Other than that, they're like bottom third of the table all the way through. Shots on target, save percentage, accurate crosses, long balls, fought mob, X goals. They struggle down there. For us, the only pattern that I can say with the stats that I've noticed is there is on goal efficiency, on shots on target, on save percentage, which that one's more dramatic than the rest. Just a small little decline each week. We were where we were third, we're now fourth. Where we were fifth, we're now sixth. Everything's starting to sort of eke down a little bit. And I do want to come back at the half. Andy had made another graphic, an amazing graphic talking about things and looking into Birmingham City as to their run-in. And I wanted to talk about what that means for them and what that means for us as we start to look at things. They're massively in control of their own destiny, obviously. But what an interesting run-in for them, because the 4 or 5 games for them are big. And they could really have everything secured in 5 games. And we'll go through that in a little bit this at the halftime break. I was going to say this afternoon. I hope I'm not here with you this afternoon. That's not because I don't like you, but 7 hours of sitting here into the afternoon would be way too much. We're on the ball. Smith gets us underway. I haven't gone to the sponsor. I'll go back to that now. On your screen, if you're not watching, Wrexham in gold from right to left, Northampton from right to left for Wrexham, left to right for Northampton, and it's a long ball flicked in the air, and is Howard going to come and get there? No, he's going to make EOC put the hustle on. I was a little bit late, so Northampton's got an early run and a push in the back, and Howard's got to go collect in a foul. And EOC's like, why didn't you come and get that and make me run all the way the frick over here? Sponsors! I didn't talk about sponsors. Ultimate Promotions, ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. They have been bringing us all of these watch-alongs ad-free. If you're looking for pins, you're looking for badges for work, you're looking for badges. We don't need no stinky badges. You need the medals for your sports event, your training competition, your whatever you're doing, your challenge thing, work or otherwise. Free artwork, free shipping. 48 years of service, good stuff. Look them up. ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz. Throw in for us, 1 minute and 5 seconds in, left-hand side. And it's going to be McLean sitting there. He's looking for Dobson. He's got Smith on the left. He's surveying. And then he misses the throw in, and it's going to get cleared, but right to Brunt. He'll settle it down, and away we go. Switch over to the right. Bring up the chat. What's going on? There's too much going on. I am waking up, though. Yay, spots. Smith, not able to control that. Was that misty, or was that just... Hey, we'll take that. Click that out. And I thought if he would have let that out, that would have been a throw for them. But instead of taking the chance, he cleared it just to make sure he got the extra 10 yards. Lake Leco. We still don't know how to pronounce that. I don't. Have we learned to score in the first 30 seconds yet? No, but I wouldn't have expected that. Our form has been declining for a while now. Yes. I would say through January, I'm actually quite buoyant. Buoyed. Excited, comfortable with the change of what Smith and Rodriguez bring, the health situation. We're in good stead. Knock on all of the wood. Make sure that I don't end up jinxing us. And hi, Diandra. I wanted to talk to you about why did you go to Colombia rather than Venezuela, being the proximity between the two. And I'm wondering if that's a historical stuff and it's just easier to get to Colombia, because I saw Venezuela's larger city is closer to you. But we'll talk about that another time. Geography. McLean with a slow delay, and he bangs it off of his shin, and he's asking for a corner off of that one. That's a weird shout. That's a weird shout. Do you lose credit if you make horrendous shouts? Oh, he goes running past McLean and gives him a word. I had to try it. McLean taps him on the shoulder. Do you lose credit if you overshout? If you overdo it? I don't know. If you're watching on X, you're watching on Twitch, slide your way over to YouTube and get over here and join in the chat. I see we got 32 people over there signed up. Come and join us. YouTube.com @TheRedHorde. That way you can join in the chat as it's kicked forward. Where am I? I am having a day. I think I'm forgiven because of the early morning, right? Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, good passing.
Where am I? There we go. Smith tried to get it back to Rodriguez, and is that flag up for offside? I thought that Odamayo was far enough backwards, but hey, what do I know? And they went for work. We prefer patients to Colombia for procedures that can't be done in Aruba, and Venezuela is not safe enough. Interesting. That's how naive I am. I wouldn't have known the difference. Long ball over top, putting it for Smith to run into. He's going to have the opportunity. Just Daiche, the young guy, gets out there to try and connect with him. Not there. Crossed over. And for Dobson with the return pass that was nowhere close to anything. The early start flub. Is that what you call that one? That pass was to nobody. He was trying to return the pass back to Smith, but Smith was just kind of looked at him and went, "What the frick was that?" Cleared away. Fans shout for the angle that was taken there as Brent got his head to it, but no issue with that. Beat McGeehan, and it's going to go forward. McGeehan, the veteran and also Northampton's leading scorer, he's going to be the guy at number 18 to stir things for them as it comes forward. And Costello, the lone entry, gets bodied into. He does a flop, throws his arms up in disgust. So far the referee going to let this one go physical, which I like. Anthony Windhurst, Gamer World's here. Brunt steps in front, gets to McLean. McLean outdances himself, but the deflection goes forward to Rodriguez. This is one of those games where when you start early and nobody's woken up yet, it's like they're playing at 4 o'clock in the morning and they're suffering. It is just disconnected. It's discombobulated. It's there are malfunctions at the junctions. Whatever you want to add to it, they're not doing things. 6 minutes in, neither side really doing a damn thing. And we'll get a throw in here on the right-hand side. Olivia Newton-John would approve. What reference did I just make that I don't even know that I made?
The only one that would immediately come to mind is "Let's Get Physical."
Is what? Sorry.
Let's Get Physical, maybe.
Let's Get Physical. That? Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Thrown in, controlled. Back to Willis, over to Daiche. Deitch. Can you flash the lineup, please? Brendan, if you wouldn't mind doing the honors, if you can get that in somewhere on the screen, that would be nice.
Yeah, give me a sec.
It's another throw-in, which I don't remember there being throw-ins a lot for the Northampton one. It wasn't that last game the neutral game that I did that had the season average of throw-ins by the 35-minute mark of the first half, and I was ready to glue my eyes together so I didn't have to watch any more of it. McGeehan all the way over on the left-hand side, able to get it on the throw, and it comes to EOC, and it's banged off of a player, and they're going to go and collect it. This is Hoskins over on the right-hand side for Northampton to Odamayo. Willis, and they're going to go backwards are the Cobblers, but they're going to maintain possession as the push comes forward from Willis to Odamayo. I wouldn't say they look exceptionally confident or comfortable back there, and that one just gets forwarded off and headed away by O'Connell out of play. Now I have an earworm for the day. I'm really struggling, or you guys are too smart for me, and I don't know what's happening. Probably a combination of both. Barney gets it right side. He's running forward. He's got Pinnock out guarding him, so he's going to stop and turn around. Draw it back. Cleworth now going to collect it, and the switch is going to be on through EOC. We don't know, Deandra. We were talking about that we don't know if this is still dinged up. We don't know if this is a message being sent that he's got to be better. We don't know if it's a combination of both. Don't know. Oh, nice little dance there by McGeehan. Steps right in front of Matty James and moves it forward 20, 25 yards. Right-footed, going to take a crack, and that was not a threat, even if it had been on target. I think you could have laid down and put yourself to sleep and still made the save before it reached goal. Is that right footer? It doesn't just feel sloppy, it is sloppy. But I got coffee, so what do I care about? Howard, see, and that's the threat that he has. And where is everybody? Barney, why are you having a nap? Rodriguez is left there. The only option he's got is to get it out to the wing, and nobody's even close. And so there comes Dobson all the way back, ekes out an extra possession. I like that. Pitbull it a little bit. Yeah, no idea. The fans are trying to get him into it. I can hear the Wrexham in the background, but still nothing happening. Sam, I mean, he was injured, came back, hasn't looked himself. Like, let's be completely fair. And he struggled in a couple of games with not his shot stopping, but with his kicking, most notably, to restart, but also with his confidence and his going out and collecting balls. He wasn't taking control of the area, and it was raising some questions. Is that the reason why he got out? Is he still suffering with a knock? Because that's a nice entry over to Barney. If he can get it before the goal line, and he can, draws it back, but didn't get enough onto it, and so it doesn't go to Rodriguez, and Northampton's going to collect it over on the left-hand side, and they punt it out. We'll get a throw in 19 yards out. So I don't know. I cannot take the sloppiness. This is a painful one. This is a painful one. And as Brendan said before the match, and I this is one where I actually agree with Brendan, as rare as those instances happen. But Howard is a better keeper at his restarts. He takes control of the area. He's not going to stop some of the amazing shots that Ogonko can get to, but he's not going to make mistakes. And in a game like this, is that the type of keeper that you want, prefer, think is an option that you can put in there instead of Ogonko and give Ogonko a break should it be necessary? I mean, we're going to go here pretty heavy all the way through. So we'll see. We'll see. Long ball over top. Barney's going to be able to get to this one. Kenny, yes, draws it back right on the goal line. One goal out forward, and it's collected there by Zanev. First opportunity to get forward and a little bit too close to the keeper and easily collect. Wellington.
I feel like we're threatening, we're getting...
Yeah, we're around. We're certainly of the two sleepy teams, we are the one that's less sleepy, I suppose. I was going to look up something, and then I can't think of what I was going to look up. I was going to say the Zanev, also born in Wellington. If you've never been there, the ferry across.
Way offside.
Yeah, miles offside, but that's fine. An entertaining ferry trip, because you'll watch movies where the screen's going like this all the way through. But one of the best museums I've ever been to in Wellington. Trump is such a humble legend, been sitting on the bench as third choice goalkeeper for the first half of the season, and steps in and covers his stuff. And Wensley gets message retracted, and they stopped allowing me to even see what the retractions were for. So I can't even guesstimate what that was, Wensley. So I apologize if it was all caps or something else. The bot grabbing things. Northampton opportunity bounced around, and they had a striker kind of unmarked to the left, but it doesn't get there, and too heavy. Nice little pass, or attempt to pass forward for Smith. Too far. What do we do with this? What do we do with this? Good morning, Mr. Foster. 13 minutes in, and we really haven't done anything. The XG right now, 0.01 for Northampton, 0.00 for Wrexham.
Leslie was asking about Mullen, what you thought. Was he injured? Did he rush back?
I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, I don't think that the injury, having watched him run and all that sort of stuff, was that demonstrably different. I don't think it's a confidence thing. I don't think it's an absence of capacity, because you saw him score goals against Coventry and Sheffield and all those sorts of teams. When you have it, you have it, and he had it. I don't know whether it's the lingering effects of the injury. I don't know if they just took that 2-degree difference down, that he didn't have it. But the reality is, I don't think it was that he. I'm going to have to go with, it's not even needed more time, and I don't think it was rushed. I think it's just the injury, even though it was minor, caused implications that just took enough away from him that he's not the same. Beautiful as always. I'll take that. I will say it is brilliant having kids talk about Valentine's, because my eldest was talking to his mother and about Valentine's, and she was like, when I lived in England back in the day, we only got the Valentine from the one person who wanted to give us a Valentine. We didn't give it out to everyone in the class like we do now. And my son goes, I think you didn't get Valentines when you were a kid because you were ugly.
Oh no.
And then he quickly turned it around. He goes, but it's beautiful now, and I will get you a Valentine. I was like, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. So from the mouth of children. Yeah, he's gonna have to learn some better skills if he's gonna talk to girls and not end up lighting them up for Valentine's and be a little bit nicer to his mother. Anyways, his card was very nice to her. What was the message? He said, can you please be my Valentine? You are very pretty. Please don't die. So that's, I don't know. I love having kids. You don't know what you're getting any given day. And here we go. McLean with it, left-hand side, draws it back and gets it. We've got some added possession here, but we're going the wrong way. All I want for Valentine's is a Wrexham goal. Absolutely. Showing the diplomacy skills of Trump. Sounded good when I said it, and I'll defend it too. Automayo collects a long ball from Howard that misses everybody over the top, and it goes to Zanev, and we're gonna show off the leg power of our keepers as they're gonna thump the ball back and forth. Brunt header, they head it. McGeehan heads it. Brunt knocks it back. We're pushing it forward. We give it away. They get it back. EOC gets it, collects it. He puts it forward. He gets it to Zanev. There is nothing happening. Absolutely nothing.
Pretty aggressive high line here by Northampton too.
Yeah. But Smith is not timed. Like, they've looked to go over top. He's been offside almost every time. Wow,
even they don't have possession of the ball, and their back line is almost at midfield.
Yeah. Even Mark got excited there on the attempted tackle by Ollie Rathbone. With the effort, he got that excited jive, because there's just been nothing going on in this thing. Nothing going on. McGeehan getting bounced around with a couple of shoves and goes to ground. McLean gets it, thumps it up. He wasn't intending for wherever that was going, because he slips on entry, but it gets headed out, and we'll get a throw in at the halfway line. No rest for Northampton. No, I got nothing. It's a horrible game when I start looking to sing nonsense.
At least you were going after Beastie Boys. I mean,
yes.
Not their best song, by the way.
No.
Not even close.
Oh. Sam Smith swarmed by 3 people. He kicks it out, throwing the other way. Oh, boy. Do we get the throw-in kicker going again on this one? So far, we're up to 10, which, to be fair, is pretty much on. It's a little bit ahead of pace for the regular League One game, being about 40 throw-ins. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. because then I got to kick you for throwing out spoilers, and it's probably not even a spoiler because I don't think there's going to be a goal here. It is a goal. Sam Smith with his first goal. I was like, there's no goal coming out of this one. I'm looking at a spoiler thinking it's all over, and it's a long ball that comes from Howard. This is why you brought him in. Just because he's going to place it and pops down, moves itself forward, and it gets grabbed, and Sam Smith just easy as makes that one look simple, puts it through the back of the net. Smith scored up. And I think I recognized people from Vancouver in the crowd during the celebration there. Let's go back to the 1908. I'm going to watch that one in the highlights and see what
That's
I see.
a hell of
long
a
ball, hell of a ball, and
the
Smith
right.
just gets there around Daichi and goes forward, goes far post. Go ahead, Brendan. Give your spin.
No, just very, very impressive run.
I was sort of giving
that's not easy to slice it back. Is he a lefty, Smith? I thought he was a righty.
I thought he was too. Who got the assist? that would be Chomp.
Yep.
Chomp. Sam,
yeah,
the
no
goal
sooner do we
man.
talk about his playing out from the back, the way he kicks long balls, and he delivers.
That's been the one thing that Brendan's always taken as highlight is how good he is on that. And that was a long ball, caught that line high. Sam Smith timed his run, and I've been critical of his runs forward so far and him being offside almost every time. That time he gets to it, but slides through everybody. And as provided by Deandra, Sam Smith doing all things holy. He's showing up why he won goal of the month. Man, how fun was that on Twitter? That whole discussion of him winning goal of the month and the Birmingham City fans being like, our team's being overlooked by the EFL and they don't like us. I was like, it's a fan vote, you yahoos. Like, the fact that you don't have any fans in Birmingham is nobody else's fault but your own. Oh, man. Keeper with the assist. It was keeper with the assist. Special teams Chomp with the successful punt return. Howard with the assist as well. I'll love it. Smith down. So opens his account and a yellow card here. And that's the young guy.
Oh, that was not a good challenge.
Oof. The referee says, what are you doing here? Not to sound like Brandon, know who couldn't have set that up? Ogonko. Well, that's part of the thing. So one more thing is, no spoilers, please. You're on a latency with me. I'm at 21 minutes and 20 seconds. And so let's keep that one under control. But this is almost like, we scored earlier in the first game, but we went up early. If we're going to follow the same script to a 4-1 final, then that means they've got to score the next one. I don't think we need that. Rathbone looking forward, tried to get it. Rodriguez can. There it is, right footer scores! Ollie Rathbone with some curling magic. What is going on here post Valentine's Day with the team getting up with a little early love? Ran through the challenge, and that was, I've said this before, but Porcupine in the Balloon Factory. That was Ollie Rathbone pushing forward, and just the ball stays with him. He keeps moving forward. The ball stays with him. He keeps moving forward. Defenders moving to the left, moving to the right as he just keeps moving forward. Finally, right foots it and just hooks it off of the woodwork and in. Is that Deitch with the misplay? And Rathbone collects and just push forward. Right foot hits the post and it goes 2-0.
Wow. What a shot, though. Just uses every bit of that pipe on the far side.
I was like, when he hit that, I was like, surely that's not going to go in, is it? Bunk. Right off the side of the woodwork, 2-0. Ollie Rathbone, the striker, with the glorious aim. Squeezing
it was not the first 30 seconds, but it was early. We're not used to all these early goals. So
two shots on target, 2 goals. Travis already preempted it. Who are we? And Patrick Murray saying 12-0 today. Let it rain. Kim will have the math if she was here to tell us what we're on, what we're planning. Oh, and the Wrexham fans are in full voice now. This is going to be obnoxious for Northampton fans. I love mornings like this. Suddenly I'm awake and everything's okay. Who needs this crap? Calm down. We're playing away. Oh, Debbie Downer, Daily Downer over here, bringing us back to reality. Actually, I think that wasn't a Debbie Downer. That was just acknowledging our away form. Have we done the flip? Focus so much on the away form, and we've improved that, where it's our home form that's let us down, is we've got a draw and a loss in our last 2 matches. Be very afraid. Joke Sparrow, CH. Is the CH reference Chile? Welcome. And thank you for supporting. That's a couple things that are there available for you. Hit the support button if you wish. It's down below. And we still want the followers on TikTok. TikTok.com @TheRedHorde. And if you're watching over on Twitch, which I have to set up the sport thing. Somebody keeps telling me to do that. I've tried it. I failed. I can't figure it out. I'm old, apparently. Dave Nicely checking in from Monterey. How are you? We're at 60% possession, so we do have to be careful. Our XG is 0.47. We're up 2-0. 2 shots on 2 goals, or 2 goals on 2 shots. 1 big chance. It's been fascinating, and so we'll see what the young guys have.
A GIF up there for Patrick. I'm making it rain GIF.
I'm making it rain. We'll take it. Rodriguez sets it up, tries to get it to McLean on the far side, and it's just headed out by Hoskins. They're in, like, Northampton to me doesn't appear threatening at all. Like, even there, I think he had space and time to be able to try and knock it down and make a play out of it, but he's just like, you know what, I'm heading it out. There's a team overwhelmed. You know what I mean? They're not a team that's in the competition. They're almost just afraid. That's a nice little flip up over to Barney into lots of space. 20 yards, 18 yards out, cross, tries to go on the deck, gets it back, right-footed, blocked, and Smith hammers it with the right foot, and it's going to go for a corner. And Barney was like, I was trying to go over there. Missed him. But the last 5 minutes is the everything's tilted. Everything is tilted. How far behind are you on the live with the feed? Depends on where you're watching the feed. I'm at 26 minutes, but I'm guessing with where the spoiler came, it's probably about 10 seconds for some. Because when he said there's a goal, I was like, not off of the play. And I look up and Howard's got the ball. I was like, this can't happen. And yes, smash that like and subscribe button and let the algorithm know that I'm here. And hola, Alejandro Bentancur Munez. That's a long one. Dangerous! Off the post! Still there. It's still loose. EOC still loose. Turning! Oh, just missed up over top of the net by Ollie Rathbone. The sneaky striker, the poacher, looking for more in the box. We hit a post, and we just missed to the top right. That was an entry that... Did it miss everybody? Oh, it was going to go direct. It wasn't hit by anybody, and it hit the post, bounced out. EOC collects it. It bounces free to Rathbone. He turns, and if he would have had that on target, it would have been in for 3-0. What's going on? What is going on? Yeah, it sounds about 10 seconds. Jeannie here with the Dragons. How are you? Yeah, Mark's saying the same thing. Could easily have made that 3-0. And you see that replay that came out with how far away Zanev was from that left post and how much space he had over there. He had the turn. He just lifted it over the wrong way.
But look at how forward Rathbone is, by the way. He's constantly in the mix up there.
Well, he thinks he's a striker now. He's on fire with the goals. So plus he's playing in Lee's position, so you'd expect that's what he's doing, right?
Yeah, I'm just kind of pointing out the difference of him being in the mix on so many plays where Lee isn't. You know, he seems to play further back.
That was a missed EOC on the entry there, but it couldn't have been collected by Fosu, that's the first name I've mentioned, Fosu. And hi, Sarah from Blackpool. Hope all is wonderful for you. And happy Valentine's Day to Ultimate Promotions indeed. Yeah, I'm going to be... Oh, wow. I'm ahead of John?
We're only about 6 seconds behind Paramount stream, so I don't think we're that far behind.
Joke Sparrow, we don't know, obviously. I think it's a combination of both performance and potentially a little bit of dinged up still. So we'll see where it goes. David says if we've got a quota for goals, let's not use them all up right now. I haven't looked at goal differential and stuff around us as well to find out, I mean, you always want to score goals, but we're getting to that point in the season where you actually start to have a look at it. 20 goals. We're 5 behind Wickham as it sits right now. I mean, forget about Birmingham. We're 3 ahead of Stockport with 1. They're playing obviously today. We're 1 at the moment. We have 1 game in hand in addition to this one, and then after they play, we'll be back to 2. So both of them away games, if that matters. But it's Stockport and Charlton. It's that up and down with everybody. Stockport niche that we are unbeaten in weeks where players have been involved in car crashes. Sam Smith with another run, long ball forward through. Is he offside? No, he's not, but he couldn't go forward, so he turns it back, maintains possession. There it is for McLean, 35 yards out. He's going to maintain possession, and we're basically going to do the switch. The snooker semifinals. You're playing, right? Playing? Do you play snooker? Do you snooker? Car crashes off the pitch are better than on the pitch. As long as nobody gets seriously hurt, yeah, I'm all for it. Just maintaining possession here. I don't know who this team is in gold, but there's been a build and a desire to try and find things. And maybe it's because we're up 2-0 that there's an added little confidence as it's EOC gets it from Rathbone over to Cleworth on the right-hand side. We try the right. We try the left. Dobson over to Cleworth. He just wants to go forward. He's looking for a goal. If everybody else is scoring, why not him? Nice little ball. Too heavy. Yes, it ends up in the keeper's hands, and Barney has to dance over top. Oh, boy. Danger doesn't like it when the opposing club does anything they're supposed to do. Swansea City, Wrexham tomorrow in the Bute Welsh Energy Cup quarterfinals. 2 big matches against Swansea this weekend and next, and DeAndre's going to be there with Brendan tomorrow. So make sure you join him for that one, and you'll hear all the sort of stuff that she likes to criticize, especially goalkeepers for doing their job. Damn them. Brun, well done. Just dances around Fosu and gets in front of him to play that one away. McLean in the pink boots. Mrs. Rodriguez, Mrs. Smith. Smith battles it on, tries to get it there, and it's freed back up to Zanev. They are killing it, Angel. It's been a good start. Oh, they did announce it. That's next. Is it next Tuesday? It's next Tuesday. Because I'll tell you what, the Leyton Orient fans were not freaking happy with that one. The tweet that came out from the club said that we have been compelled to play the match. Which, if you, it's not even up. Oh, Leyton Orient. Yes, it is Tuesday, February 18th, 11:45 p.m. So that's what I mean. There's lots of games. We're going to go Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, all the way through here. I guess we don't have a Tuesday game the week between March 15th and March 22nd, Wickham to Stockport. But it's going to be hot and heavy all the way through, which is perfect for Brendan because he'll be covering a lot of stuff. And if somebody else needs to step in, I guess we'll have to figure that one out too. Brendan, you have to let me know. Maybe we get a backup, or I can maybe figure things out while I'm in the UK as well. Although it might be harder for me to do. I just realized that 3:00 games, if it's not a Tuesday game, I'm going to have to, I won't be able to watch it if I'm not there. 32 minutes and 50 seconds going through. Northampton tried to push it forward. It ends up just being cleared, and they've got to do a rebuild up through Zanev at the back. Poor clearance. Rodriguez. Seeing Rodriguez, it's interesting. I expected from him to be more of the goal-scoring threat and up and into the mix, but he's, whether intentional or style or direction, he is playing in that Palmer Fletcher sort of hold up position, and it's been confident, but not exceptional. Is that how I can describe it? Like, you wouldn't notice him and be like, he's having an off game, but I haven't looked at him and been like, that's amazing. Long throw in here, Northampton, near post, nothing really in it. Is EOC going to clear, and he's going to return back for another throw? Oh, I'm going to a Wrexham game. I'm going to a Wrexham game. I think the Huddersfield game makes sense to me because Huddersfield's fairly close to Doncaster. I'd like to do the Bolton game also because it's St. David's Day. Left footer, there was an opportunity there, but that was just entirely missed. Lifted up over top as Pinnock ran across the face of the 18-yard box and lifted that one up. And I don't know where I would get. Is it daffodils that I need to wear? St. David's Day. I don't know. How do you rent those costumes? How do you find them? Somebody's going to have to tell me. Do I have to show up and dressed as a daffodil? Because I have no shame. 39 points in 17 games. That's interesting because let me just go to the table here for a second because it's to get to 89 points is a 50-50 chance. As Smith is getting treatment and the fans are on him. And so we're down to 10 men here as Smith is getting sprayed on the side. I'm all for it. As we figure out what we're doing, I got to pass everything by the boss, obviously. But I'm all for saying where we're getting there. Is that going to say, let's get together and do a thing? We want pictures of Daffodil, Sean.
Sean, I'm going to try that scoreboard, see how it looks. Let everyone chime in on it. See
I'll have to check it out. Put a leak in my hair. Can do that as well. I'm up for all the traditions. I mean, I'll eat what I'm supposed to eat and do what I need to do. A leak in my hat. It would be prettier in my hair. I would appreciate that. Yeah, let's do that. Make sure everything's all buttressed up. I'm not even excited because it just seems surreal at the moment. But I was thinking about it. It's like 10 days away. I'll be on a plane in 10 days. I mean, maybe I'm not looking forward to it because the thought of being with my 3-year-old and 5-year-old trapped in an airplane, I feel sorry for everybody else around us. We will do our best. But yikes. It's 10 minutes into the half, and they're not even waiting for a sub. They're not even for the window. They've made the change. McGowan just came in. They made a sub at 36 minutes. And that's that's not an injury. That's a slap in the face. You suck to Willis, their center back. And are they changing formation to go? Well, I'll have to keep an eye out. Back 4, but they take out their center back, so they're going to have 2 wing backs as that's brought into the box. McLean's over there to try and get it, and that's going to be a corner over on the right-hand side because there was a battle there. Costello into the fight, and I can't remember if Costello's the Nottingham man or the Burnley man, but one of the 2 loanies. New scoreboard, yes or no? I know it's gonna be bonkers. I'm looking forward to it, but I think it won't be until I'm actually walking towards the Kairos that I'll be like, holy shnikes, I'm here. Dangerous, put in, it's still there, it's bounced around, and I don't know how. That was a mass scramble there. It goes straight up in the air on the Matty James clearance. First time I've said his name today. And there is a clap, and I can tell that there's a moment of silence, or not a moment of silence, a round of applause for somebody who's clearly passed. You can see their photo up on the scoreboard. So the minute of applause is over. Obviously, don't know anything. A free kick for us. Well, now I want to go and have a look at the scoreboard. Let me go and do that without trying to blow everything up on my computer here. I'll throw it up over there. I get it. And you were able to remove, Brennan, the Wrexham one, correct?
I was not, but I have been watching, and it was behind.
Okay, perfect. Because that was the only fear that we have, is if we put that one up and then we're giving spoilers for ourselves. I like it.
Now, I'll watch it, because if there is a game where we're a little behind on the thing and it's ahead, I'll address it. But.
Well, I'm sure, John. Here's the problem that I have is I'm not a heavy drinker. In my old age, I've gotten away from it, and I'm almost afraid because I've got the Mazegwin, the Fat Boar, the Turf. I'm sure I'm going to be hitting my fair share of Wrexham lagers while I'm over there. Travis says he loves the scoreboard, and I wonder if you can do CSS for it, but we'll have to figure something out. Kim's getting panicked. 63% possession. Zanev gets us under control. 5 minutes going to the half. Fun fact, Rotherham has a board just like that. And they didn't show the score of the entire match because we were winning from the first minute, and they only showed league scores for 90 minutes. 2-0.
Yeah, I agree, Wesley. A little sloppy here.
Yeah. Well, it's been... This is like when we watched the neutral spot watch party, Stockport playing, and who did they play last weekend? I can't even remember. But that was a scrappy game that neither team played exceptionally well, except for about a 7-minute stretch in the first half where Stockport banged in 2 goals. But other than that, it was scrappy. And this has sort of got that same feel. Aaron, I believe, stranger. I say this every time. I should just accept it. I know who you are. It says walked to work and missed both goals. They were quick hitters, both of them. Sort of unexpected. Like there wasn't a long buildup as Northampton here is more continuing to be sloppy. Maybe letting them back in a little bit as another corner over from the right hand side. Get him more. Maybe just needs to go for work. Go for a longer walk. Left-footed in-swinger from the right-hand side, near post, easily headed away. And Sam Smith not going to be able to get there before... Was that the substitute? McGowan. Yeah. Fascinating. What are your thoughts, Brennan, on the sub there at the 35th minute? McGowan coming in for Willis. Is that a slap in the face to Willis, or is that just we need a formation change even though they went defender to defender?
Who knows? It could be a kick in the pants for the team. They seem to play a little better.
Yeah, fair enough. Because you only get 3 windows, and you could have just used it at the half, and instead, Smith into a fight. And he's going to roll on the ground to try and get some sympathy.
Look, they've had the ball in our half
the entire time since
a few minutes now. So
yeah. Yeah, Angel, I'm with you. I mean, the fun reality of it too is I didn't overly do it as a kid, but I certainly did partake. Is when you go in and the doctors are like, "So, what's your alcohol consumption?" And you tell them like 1 or 2 a month, usually in the same sitting, and they're like, "No, seriously, we see your liver. Tell us the honest truth." And I was like, well, "How bad is my liver? What's going on?" The joys of getting old. Yes, it's a 45-minute walk. We'll see you for the Stockport game as we go through everything at the end of this one. Wigan, Stockport. Battle through the midfield. Deitch all the way back, forwarded by Matty James. Lost there, and it's going to settle under the foot. So now it's Deitch has moved to the middle of the pitch. And is that Pinnock who slid back? Odemayo's over on the right. So I'm trying to find where the sub McGowan is. Do we have a Smith video? Am I going to have to make one? We need a chant for Smith.
Yeah, I got to do some work for the new guys, definitely. Oh, I didn't do that, by the way. I could have done.
Right-hand side, Otamayo going to kick it all the way over top. Search for the battle between Hoskins and McLean. It's going to go just for a goal kick as Hoskins grabs it and plays it forward. 130 pints a week was regular. Wow, David Wood just goes, I haven't had an alcoholic beverage this year. You know what? No, I have. I've had a couple at the pub. But that's the kind of, I mean, that's the joy of getting older. You're just like, you know what? I'm not beating the tar out of myself anymore. But I have a feeling that I'll be testing my ability to filter alcohol. Foot left in, yellow card coming here. I didn't see the challenge, to be completely fair. Holding the ankle. And this is on Perry. That's the other young guy.
Stepped on his foot. Yeah.
Watching the replay, and oh yeah, got him right on the instep with the boot. That'll leave a mark. There was a yellow card earlier, wasn't there? I don't see it being listed because I was like, where did that other yellow card go? Unless they're just missing it on FOTMob. A reminder that Guinness is a food, not a beverage. Fair enough for me. I can't put Clamato juice into Guinness, though. That was a great little ball all the way forward on the right-hand side, and it's going to be lifted up over, and Zanev has to punt that over. Interesting, because from just inside the half, and everybody's lining up for a cross, and instead Rathbone shoots it on the deck down the right-hand side, and it's left there to go and get the collection by Rodriguez, and he right foots it, and it's stabbed into the air by Zanev. I like it. Ordering up a Max Kluworth special. Let's go. We'll get to that comment in a second. Left-footed in-swinger from McLean. 2 minutes of added time. So we'll just do 1 minute extra. Let's do a thing here. Whipped in near post. Zanev knocks it out. Flipped up, and we'll go again. Oh, they're going to say goal kick. Doc, what's your alcohol intake? Answer, depends on the play of Wrexham. Larry says, I was in the Wrexham for the season opener against Wickham. In hindsight, Larry, a great game to go to because you ended up seeing two guys that were going to be scratching and crawling. I don't even know. It's early still. Scratch and crawling their way to try and eke their position into second place. First card didn't happen. Ref only reached into the pocket and found only lint. I saw him reach in. Yes, so I don't get that one. Vault 33, and I've heard, yes, that's what I'm just afraid. I'm just afraid. Going to be a Northampton throw here with the whistle looming. Northampton fans are going to make their way to the to get a sausage pie. Right? Why would a keeper do what they're supposed to do and stop Kluworth from getting another one? There's the whistle. We're at the half. Brendan, summarize that one for us.
Strong start. We looked dangerous. Last 5 minutes looked pretty shaky, though. Hope we'll just snap out of that.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know if we had a strong start. Sausage pie sounds good. No, it doesn't. I mean, it's better than beans on toast, but it's sausage pie is more evidence to me that the UK food culture is not good. I'm sorry. There are so many great things out of the UK, but the food is not one of them. The food is not.
Thank you, Angel.
Angel, appreciate that. Much appreciation for that. That'll pay for the coffees. It just sounded like Tigger. Another half of positivity required. Thank you, Wrexham. So let's just go through the stats here. Maybe we'll see if I get time to run out for my third coffee of the morning. at 5:19 a.m. The things that happen here. 58% possession. Kim, are you afraid yet? Are you scared? 58% possession to 42%. Expected goals were only at 0.69. 4 shots to 3. They're yet to have any on target. We have 2. We scored on both of them. We've had 2 big chances. We missed one of them. I'm trying to think of what was the other missed chance. Would that have been the Rathbone attempt that just missed on the right-hand side, do you figure? What big chance do we have that we didn't convert on? We're going to find Sean slumped in the Ryan Rodney Reynolds Memorial Park, dribbling uncontrollably and uttering barely intelligible sentences. Probably. RKO didn't know we had another early game. Yeah, they're happening over and over and over again. Accurate passes, 68% is all our accurate passes. 156, which is above our average. But 68%. Not the cleanest of games in this messy one is Jeannie Phillips throws in some cash. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a nice little feature to have that. And it's amazing that everybody does what they can to throw in, and make sure that if you have your subscription, you go ahead and you do that. Just a buck. Total shots, not a lot in this. To be fair, Brendan, when you go through the stats, it does kind of speak of what we thought. They played good to start off with, or not bad anyway, but it's been sort of a messy game, and the stats play that out. 7 shots total, only 2 on target for either club. The passing, pretty abysmal, to be fair. 59% for them on less than 100 passes, 68% for us on 156 passes. A week of dripping sandwiches and you'll appreciate all the British food and be thankful for it. Are you compelling this? Are you telling me what I like? Beans on toast, I don't get. I'll tell you what I do enjoy is the butchers in the UK give you some really good, not the quality of meat, but the cuts of the meat. Like you get yourself some slabs. You get yourself some real steaks. You get some full-on lamb. The interesting thing that I think my wife is looking forward to the most is that, and this always fascinates me, Chinese food is different everywhere you go. North American Chinese food, and I think it's the same in the US and Canada, are pretty damn close to it, is different than what you get in Australia, New Zealand. Well, not Australia, I've never been there, but yeah. New Zealand for sure. It's different than what you get in Korea. I know that for sure. It's different than what you get in China, and the UK is completely crazy. And they give you these white wafer rice cracker garbage that you eat with the Chinese food that makes no sense to me at all. And so she's really looking forward to Chinese food in the UK.
Chinese food in the northeast of the US is considerably different than the rest of the US.
But and Travis says bangers and mash is good. Yeah, but like that's how bad is the food culture when it's a sausage and a mashed potato? Stick with the lamb over there. 100%. That's what I will be eating, as much lamb as I can get if I'm choosing between my meats. Got to support all of the. I will give you that. British chocolate is much better, though, at least as far as the chocolate itself. As far as the flavors of the bars, no way. I mean, I will take this every day of the week over a UK chocolate bar. But no Mullen even on the bench, no Palmer on the bench, no Lee on the bench. We've purged everybody. It's a full overhaul. Never had a meat pie, Dave? Shepherd's pie you can get at Costco here. They're great. I mean, you go to UK Georgie pie. You can order those up down from New Zealand and Australia and get yourself your meat pies. Obviously bigger down there than they are even in the UK, but I get the meat pie thing and I'm okay with it. But again, it's a pastry filled meat thing. There's no, like, I went out and had a Japanese Korean fusion tteokbokki with kerege on top of it. Like, and it was delicious. And it was just smash you in the face with flavor. And I think that much flavor and spice in the UK would melt people's brains. Flavors are lacking imagination, but the older Brits don't like change. That's yes. And it's not just the older Brits. I think it's sausage, chips, mushy peas, gravy. It's a taste sensation. Oh man, are we slagging on the UK food culture? Is that what we're doing today? I'm going to come back 5 pounds lighter. Nope, Mullen, Palmer on the bench. Is this even the same team? No, not really. No season. Even their, like, you get a butter chicken or a chicken a vindaloo, and it's reserved. Like when pepper is spicy, it's a fascinating place. There's a pizza truck with a wood burning oven about a block from the turf in a parking lot across from the train terminal. One of the best and cheesiest pizzas we've ever had. Interesting. Parking lot across from the train terminal, and I know where that is, off of Crispin Lane, so I will have to look for this pizza place. And I'd like to end up doing a whole bunch of just short videos and just constant updates, like where am I, and you guys can follow along. The UK Indian food scene is real, and it's they love their curries, but their curries are not real curries. They've been tempered. And I'm okay with the Chinese takeaway, but it's like we went to this one place. They were charging the cost was just insane for the Chinese food, and it was all prepackaged stuff that was just reheated, which was frustrating. But the white things. What are those white chips that come with the Chinese food that they don't make any sense to me. I've been in China. They're not there. What? So anyway,
wontons.
Yeah, but they're not the wontons like when we have wontons. I don't know. I guess kind of like wontoni. I don't know. We're talking all sorts of food as I'm getting food tips for my trip that's going to be happening. We're leaving the 25th on a red eye. And we'll roll in on the 26th, make our way up. And then I got a couple of days to try and figure out Pompadoms. Vindaloo was a UK thing. Yes. The Wiggles have a whole song about it. Absolutely. Wrexham is one of the best Indian restaurants in the country. And when you say the country, do you mean in the UK or just within Wales? Because let's expand it here. But I will try. I'm going to come back fat and with a bad liver. That's what this is all going to happen. Was a potato bar. Oh, Travis Herb summarizing food culture in the UK. I went to the University of Essex for a semester. The best food on campus was a potato bar. So, well... Yeah. Oh, what is happening? It's 5:30 in the morning on the West Coast. We're doing a watch along here for Northampton and Wrexham, and really, what this has been is a begrudging acceptance, I think, from most of the UK. I haven't heard anybody defend it in the comments that says the UK food culture is impressive. And water chestnuts, yes, and the Sunday dinner, sure. You get me a roast beef and the carvery. Like I miss. It reminds me of. Do you remember when you used to go to Bonanza back in the day in the US, Brendan? Did you?
Yeah, there's a few places like that where you could get. You just walk through a lunch line and pick up 10 different meals, whatever parts of any meal you wanted.
Yeah, and it was all different, like meats and stuff, and like you could get your slices of ham, and they'd have their roast at the end and carve it up, or you could order a steak if you wanted them to grill it, right? But
yep,
they still have those over there, Toby Carvery, and actually really really good. To be fair, like if I don't know why it has to be a Sunday dinner. Like I'd go to the Carvery every day if you said to me, rather than Witherspoons, if you said to me you've got to go out to get a meal every single day, I'd probably choose the Carvery, to be fair. Bonanza, well, yeah, whatever happened to it? Like it went under, and I was like, I miss those things. I mean, with the way that inflation is, I don't know whether you can get it. I don't know. Should I run and blast for another coffee here? Am I going to be too late? I feel like I need it.
I can hold it down just to keep you awake. It might be worth it.
Yeah, I'm fighting it. I am fighting it. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna run really quick. Okay, I'll be back.
I think Sean talked himself into being hungry with all that food talk. So, what do you guys think, lineup wise? Is us looking more dangerous offensively direct result of the new players and the new lineup, or was it just poor performance by Northampton today? I mean, I felt the offense looked different. I mean, it wasn't as much as we were getting it out to Barney, we weren't getting chances because of only Barney. And I think Rathbone, when he plays forward in Lee's spot, is far more aggressive. He helps spread the defense out. It's another guy you got to cover. And I think we feel more dangerous coming up the middle with these new players and Rathbone in for Lee at that attacking mid spot, at least in my view. Granted, it's one game. We'll have to see how this goes against maybe a better team. We're not as effective, but it's looking good so far. Yeah, we're going to see. I mean, there's a stretch now. Let's see. Hopefully, these new players give us that energy, like you're saying, and we carry this in at least for the next, 10 games or so, and really get some points up there, start to establish ourselves, hopefully in that number 2 spot. Are you talking U.S. Against Finland with the 6-1 game? RKO? That was pretty good, yeah. Hockey. Hey there. Didn't see you in the chat. Just noticed. Yeah, Charles. A lot of pace. I like it. Far more active. Both Smith and Rodriguez are taking chances, making runs. I even saw Matty James way up on a play on that tough cross that Barnett had to get to. Matty James was following up and on the edge of the box as a threat. And
just in the nick of time.
Far more aggressive. Rathbone coaching up front.
Oh, the Canada-US game ought to be a hell of a game. No, it won't be. Our goalkeeping is going to let us down, and we're going to end up losing. I mean, let's be honest. It's tough for me to like these new competitions that are put on by the NHL. They just don't feel right to me. Like I love my best on best competitions. Don't get me wrong, but this isn't really best on best because Finland and Sweden have team players that are overseas. It's the best Canadian team offer, best U.S. team to offer. We're talking ice hockey, by the way. There's a 4 Nations challenge. They've stopped the season to play off 7 games between 4 countries. Doesn't include Russia because of their situation, and they wouldn't have their best players. We're underway. Northampton going from right to left. Wrexham from left to right. Bonanza and Ponderosa restaurants were bought out in the early 2000s in the Ponderosa Steakhouse by my husband.
Yeah, it was Ponderosa a lot in the U.S.
Oh, okay. It was Bonanza here. I miss those things. There we go. We're going to bring them back, Brennan. We'll crowdsource with Wrexham fans. We'll feature lamb and we'll call it the sheep shagger.
Oh, is he offsides? Yeah. Damn it.
You must be way ahead of me.
Smith was
offside.
going to make a run, and he had to.
I was waiting for the whistle to blow, but I was like, where are we? 45 minutes and 53 seconds is where I'm at. I'm going to hit the refresh button here and make sure that I.
Well, no, you're only a few seconds behind the Paramount one I was watching. Sorry.
All right, perfect. Oh, clock. And it's great for our nation. I'm happy to have the tournament back again. Yeah, it's not like the World Juniors. It's not like the Olympics. I mean, but then I look at it and remember back to the Canada Cup in 1987, where, Mario Lemieux to Gretzky to Lemieux, he shoots, he scores. Mario Lemieux with 1:26 remaining on the clock. Like, I remember that. And so maybe the same magic will happen here for kids. So McLean with it, gets across, is right there. Oh, great save by Zanev off of, was that Rodriguez's right foot? Holy, Barney gets it. He's going to scoop it over, and it's going to be grabbed again. Wow. Had the opportunities to just out of nowhere sort of surprise in the buildup. Gets in McLean, right foot, scoops it back and cuts it. That was a nice cut by McLean. I didn't think it was going to be able to get there, and gets it right to Rodriguez, who's there, and he boots it into the Zanev, and it doesn't go. Come on, you Reds. Nah. With the ownership issue and the Canucks, I'm getting tired of it. Let's be honest. This whole halfway rebuild thing is getting old. But in other news, Reynolds looking to buy the Whitecaps as part of a potential consortium. And I heard it was a ridiculous price. And I'm not really a fan. A lot of people are like, oh, that'll be exciting if he decides to purchase the Whitecaps. And I was like, I don't think I want it, to be fair. I want the attention to be on Wrexham. EOC maintains control, pushes it forward, tries to get it to Smith. Not going to happen there. It's headed back away. Rathbone's able to collect it, and he's going to lose possession here, but it's cleared away by Brunt. Smith can't get it. Rodriguez can't get it. He's going to play advantage on that one as a foul, and there's a player down. I don't know if he got the forearm shiver into the side of the head on that one. It looked a little assertive by Mr. Rodriguez. Referee's in the way. Dobson's still able to get it forward, and that's going to be a free kick to us because the ref got in the way. A discussion with Rodriguez on the challenge, and he's going to allow the throw in. See, that's one of those ones where the referee didn't have the ball hit him, and so instead of restart through the referee, but he interfered with the player who was running to go and get the ball. But it's thrown in any event. Northampton gets it. Leaves it there, and it's going to be dropped back to Pinnock, who's going to scoop it forward to Perry on a yellow card, who draws it into the box, and it's on the deck, but cleared. Barney gets it, searching up, looking for Smith. Can he scoop it up over top? He heads it forward, gets knocked down. The referee says no and allows for the throw-in. I always liked ice hockey, but access to it has been tricky until recently. And let's be fair, the British League is all scraps. It's the most violent of all of the current present professional leagues. Like, you go over there and you know you're getting into it. All of the knuckle draggers that couldn't hang end up going over to the UK and playing, smashing into each other. But Charles saying referee missed that one. So there's their second window, 50th, 5 minutes in. Who is the manager here? Kevin Nolan. How long have you been? Like, what kind of school?
I like it though. Like,
it certainly is not. It certainly is not. Managerial career started in 2016 with Leyton Orient, a year with Notts County, and then he's been out of coaching for 6 years. He was a first-team head coach at West. Okay, so he was appointed as first-team coach at West Ham, and then when the club manager departed, he left the club with other coaches and backroom staff, and then was appointed. All right. So he's got the history. But it's an interesting decision because you don't see people use up their windows usually 10 minutes before the half and 5 minutes after the half. He's only got one set of subs that he can make. The late 80s Bruins. See, and you get those teams that have their identity that continue to just be that team, right? And that's been the Bruins for forever. The Philadelphia Flyers.
They had like 8 fighters on that team. They were just brutal.
Yeah. Brunt with it along the left-hand side, draws it all the way back, and it's going to be Chomp, who hasn't seen a lot of ball. Knock on wood. Don't want to ruin that one. Come on, Wrexham. It's been a fascinating game. And it's been less play-by-play and more bad pass by Rodriguez. And why is Rodriguez yelling at Barney? I don't get that one. Rodriguez played it back. There was no way Barney could have got to that one. He cut it back too sharp. Odd.
Yeah, I don't think he could have passed to the head where the other defender was.
Other defender there, and maybe that's what he was saying is you have to stop to be able to have the read or a sharper cut, but with the pass and so that you get the angle to lead him out the other way. And anyway, they were crossed wires between Barnett and Rodriguez, and they both had a shout at each other, which I don't mind. Get a little fiery if it's all for Sam Smith. Well done. Oh, I thought he held that up for Dobson to be able to get that. And Dobson flew high. Didn't get it. There's John for a second. I thought we were going to have a nice give and go, but nope. Yeah, it didn't turn out. Yeah, RKO. I mean, different for me in Canada, right? I got, well done. Rathbone out working, and here he goes, left-hand side. He's got numbers all over him. He's going to get it out to McLean, 18 yards out, looking for a cross. Doesn't, holds and gets over to the Rathbone, 18 yards. McLean, left foot, nobody there, easily stabbed away. That was kind of an anticlimactic result there. As Hoskins did well defending it. Now Kluworth, he's going to have it. He's going to try. I don't know what that was. I think he was trying to lift that for somebody, Sam Smith or Rodriguez, to run forward and get their head on, but he got too much weight on it, and it just curled into the hands of Zanev. You miss Arthur in goal. See, we haven't needed him in goal today, though. And the reality is that assist on the first goal has made Howard the brilliant decision. We're getting offense from the back from our KG veteran and goal scorer, Mark Howard. Next up for Hampton will be the 95th minute while they're down 4-0. That sounds about right. It's just been a unique managerial strategy, one that we don't typically see in the EFL. It would be nice, wouldn't it, Angel? Chomp got the assist for that, Deveron. Well, at least it's up on FOTMob with the little boot next to his name. So he's been marked with an assist. And that's what I mean. As much as, you wonder what's going on with Ogonko. And I don't think that Mark, I love you, Chomp, but I don't think you're the option to go forward for the rest of the season. There's matches like this where Parky stirs it up and you go, wonder what that's all about. And then it pays off. McLean with it, left footer, flipped up into the air, knocked down. Dobson, too slow. What do you do, Brendan, with Dobson to try and get him a little bit more offensive-minded and capable? You just sit there with like a potato gun that shoots out a soccer ball and just skyball him and just have him volley, because that touch bites him in the butt.
He's good at what he does. I don't want to mess him up. Like, as long as the other guys around him, as long as we got enough offense, he can be defensive-minded. I'm okay with that. Cleaning guys out and stuff.
I just feel like you got to get like almost like that wrench throwing dodgeball mentality where you just end up serving him ball after ball after ball, and you're just like turn Dobson into Andy Cannon. Well, we're up 2-0. So, I mean, I'm okay with a step back in the creativity and you just come out with an ugly 3 points. If anybody cares, I haven't seen W&G today. But the scoreboard is up. Cambridge and Exeter, 56 minutes, still 0-0. As that scooped in free kick from miles away. And players on the deck, players falling, and McLean gets it 50-50, and we're on a 2-on-2 break. Sam Smith with Rathbone, he says, give it to me here. Rathbone says, no, I'm going to keep it, and he just runs into two men, and it gets cleared the other way. Still got time. Lots of yellow jerseys forward from the run, and McLean's going to cross it into the box. Far post, Rodriguez.
That looked like a handball.
Screaming for a handball. Big shout from the fans. Massive shout.
I mean, the guy's arm was down, but it looked like it hit his, bicep or something.
Scottish food I would take. Scottish food I would take. Thompson gets weighed down by excessive hair gel. Sam Smith heads it down, tries to get it to Rodriguez. It's a little hot to handle, but a good job by Rodriguez to maintain possession through Dobson and Rathbone, who tries to get it to Barney on the right-hand side. Doesn't work. Chasing it down, banged out, not out, and now advanced forward. And that's got to be their sub. No, it's not their sub. Who is that? I haven't said his name the entire day. Oh, McGeehan on the left, but he's on the wrong side. Quickly free taken. I don't know what's happening except Smith has an 18-yard box. He's got Barnett over on the other side. There he is, Barnett, 18 yards. Smith stumbles and falls. Smith and Barnett playing catch, draw it back to Clueworth. 25 yards out, over to Barney, and it's kicked out for a throw into us. As Dobbs, that all happened. I mean, I have no idea because we were staring at a replay, but I could hear from Mark say that we'd taken it quickly, and it was a brilliant idea. It's been this whole game has been weird, and I don't know if it's a 4 a.m. start to me, but it seems off, or maybe I just seem off. I don't know, but I don't care. O'Connell flipped on, headed on by Rodriguez, headed back the other way. We're getting close to the 65th minute. Here's the question: we're up 2-0. So what do we do with our subs? Do we do it just one on the strike force? Thank you, Dave, with the reminder, subscribe and join. If you're over on Twitter, you're over on Twitch, come on over to YouTube. Join in on the chat. We're here for every watch along. Hit the thumbs up, like button, subscribe. It's been a nice little community that continues to grow. Feels like a preseason game, low key. Yes, that's exactly it. Like I'm entertained, but I'm not. And I'll take it. I mean, how often do we have these games where we're like desperate for? We keep saying, why can't they just put a game away early? Well, they have. Now we're not happy because we feel a little ho hum. Giselle. Did I miss Giselle? I saw the comment. Denise is here. John says Fletcher and Longman. Longman will get a run in for sure. Yep. And do you want to take the opportunity 2-0 to pull out, say, a Dobson and put Longman there into the midfield? TikTok, Blue Sky, I'm everywhere. Especially somebody would want to look that up maybe. When was the last time we had a 2-goal lead in a league match away? Arthur on for Smith and Chomp goes up front. Okay, David. He's got his assist. Get him his goal, right? Man, what an insult. What a slap in the face that would be to have your goalkeeper go up front into a striking position. An away league match and up 2 goals. Yeah, I'd go for that. Both because of Rodriguez's age, also like to see Marriott in his non-standard position. See how him and Smith do. Coffee, lots of coffee. Start looking at the run-in, starting to look at graphics. We didn't bring up the Andy one, all right, because had enough to talk about at the half. But Andy's last graphic with Birmingham is fascinating. If you're not on the Discord, and I should grab that and put that forward, make sure everybody's got that. It's going to be Barney over on the right-hand side. Pushed it forward, got it up to Matty James, who's playing up, who draws it back to Barney. Well done. We got three kind of close together. Separate, spread out, guys. Sam Smith shot, banged, and it's going to go off for a corner over on the left-hand side. Yeah, it could be. I'm trying to think. I was going to do something, and now I can't even remember. See, my brain is just not firing. Was it a poll I was doing? I don't remember. I was looking something up. Deandra was listening in, eavesdropping on things. 62 minutes coming up here. Parky walking in the mist and the rain. Ollie Rathbone with a right-footed cross from the left-hand side coming in. Here comes the delivery. Going to be far post up in the air. It's dangerous, and it's headed up, and EOC still loose. Zanev gets it free. And it's cleared up ahead. Oh, and danced around. Hoskins gets around the man, but well done. Matty James, a little bit of a hobble there that made me a little bit nervous, but he seems to be okay. The counter attack is on. Pinnock with it in the area. Cross far post. And that's going to go for a goal kick because it's off of Hoskins and nothing from it. Last 2-goal lead away was Posh confirmed. Thank you, Northern Border. I was just watching Matty James. It looked like he had like a little bit of a hitch step there after he missed a tackle and stepped awkwardly, but he got going fine after that. So we're okay. And as to the cross, not much into it. Brunt didn't get as high as he wanted, but Hoskins, fortunately, is a whole 1.5 feet shorter than he is. And he couldn't really do anything with the ball in any event when it got to him. Speaking of the little man, Hoskins with it. Nice little ball forward. Offside. Ooh, interesting. Only a point between us and those Wickham hosers, a game in hand for them. Wickham away to Crawley Town. And Crawley, my God, the worst luck of any club I've seen in a long time. They got late-minute gold here, late-minute gold with us. They deserve some luck today. Let's give it all to Crawley in their match at home against Wickham. Welcome to the Red Horde support group for those with caffeine addiction, sleep deprivation, and Wrexham obsession issues. My name is Sean, and I have a problem. And I like to talk about it with a whole bunch of people that I don't really see their faces. I know you all by avatar. Holy. O'Connell clears it away. 65th minute. If we are doing our 65th minute subs, they'll be coming in. Parkin talking on the bench on the sideline. Just trying to think. I don't think you go crazy with the subs on this one. I think you just Longman makes sense to me and Marriott makes sense to me. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't. Northampton's a fascinating place that you just look at it, and you're like, I don't know why you exist, other than the history. And then somebody can explain the difference. I mean, it's a 108-mile gap between Northampton and Southampton. Why? Like that seems like in UK terms, that's an eternity. I don't know the history of that. I was just throwing that out there. I haven't seen anybody warming up on the sidelines. The only movement I've seen was Parkin going and talking to somebody, and Mark was referencing the same thing. So because we're up, and I don't have a problem with this. We're up 2-0. Everything's going. Northampton's not really pressing, so I mean, go to the 70th minute. I see Fletcher with a penny. And is that Scar? They're not really warming up. They're just sort of walking along the sidelines here. Nobody really looks like they're that keen to be getting ready to come on. As that's kicked down the pitch, it'll go for a throw in over on our right, their left. Are you talking to wasps as in rugby or wasps as in like bees? Because I don't get the reference either way. Roman Long March was 100 miles. Ah, okay. Just smash his own player in the face. Is that what just happened there? No reaction from it. If that would have been, see, the funny thing is if that was a kick and it would hit another, like the team on the opposing bench, like boom, and he just hit his own player in the gut, you know that he'd been rolling on the ground, crying that he'd been shot. Yeah, I'm with you, Brent. 73rd minute, 75th minute. I haven't run a sub or a poll or anything. It's been one of those days. Whoa, Clueworth got turned over. It's fed into the area and well handled there. Was that Lewis Brunt coming over to fill in for EOC? But no shot when they were basically on a 2-on-1. As that was the experienced goalkeeper McGeehan who couldn't do squat while working with the young guy Costello, and Costello gets it back and punts it out. That's about as atrocious an opportunity as Northampton handled that about as bad as you could. Clueworth slipped and fell, left it there for Costello. He left foots it and gets it across to their leading goal scorer, McGeehan, who gets absolutely squat out of it. EOC stopped the pass. Brunt came over and filled in. That was pretty impressive, to be fair. Tell me again how they're not pressing. Well, then we note that they're pressing now. I don't know. It almost feels like that was just a blip. I'm going to jump into the stats here just because we haven't given an update. 61% possession, 56% accurate passing from Northampton. Like 3 total shots, not a single shot on target. And I think those three shots were all in the first half. Yeah. In the second half, you're looking at our 4 shots with 1 on target to theirs. Oh, they've got 1 shot. I don't think that was offside. I mean, I don't think it really mattered. It would have been a throw into Northampton in any event, but they'll get a free kick for it. Yeah. How has Rodriguez been looking? Capable, but not exceptional. Is that a fair way to put it? He's had 1 opportunity, quasi-opportunity that he went over top of the net with, but he's kind of playing in that hold-up role, and he's confident, and he's in the right spots, and you trust that he's going to do a thing. But I have no magic. It's certainly not the same situation as like Fletcher when he gets out on the pitch, where you're like every single touch he has, you're like, oh my God, he can do a thing. Brendan, is that what your take on Rodriguez is?
Yeah, he looks. He hasn't made anything happen. He definitely looks a hell of a lot more dangerous than Palmer does.
Yes.
It just hasn't happened for him, I think. I think he's definitely an improvement there. I don't know that he has Fletcher class, but he's very active, physical. I like where he spaces himself, the runs he makes. So I think we'll see goals from him.
Yeah, I mean, to me, his ceiling is certainly higher than Palmer's, and I think where he's playing right now, which hasn't been at his ceiling, is still higher than Palmer's ceiling. So I and that's not to derogate and criticize Palmer. It's just, I mean, Rodriguez is a former Prem man, right? Good morning, Charles. Mr. Farrell. Do I see us winning the Virtu whatever trophy? Do I see us beating Birmingham? Posh to get there, I guess, and Birmingham in the final. I don't think it'll be Bradford City in the final. Look, here's the thing is that people haven't, I don't think, really talked about, is everybody looks at Peterborough and goes, they're 20th place. they're focusing on other things. I think it really depends on where their standing is, because winning hardware for them would be a way to save the season. Obviously, they want to avoid relegation most importantly. And with 4 teams going down, and they're only 3 points, 1 win clear, they may still be resting their top team. But if they're able to gain points today, points on Tuesday, and start to advance things forward, they actually their game is next on Tuesday, isn't it? Peterborough and Birmingham match. How come it's not up? Peterborough matches. Oh, sorry. They've got us Wednesday the 26th. So they've got the game against Stevenage and a game against Huddersfield on the 22nd. I'm curious as to whether if they win those 2, they end up going with a weaker team, or whether they say it's a Football League Trophy semifinal. We're going to go big because we've got nothing else to really play for, and we were left to manage our roster a little bit. So that's the only way I can see us getting past Posh and going to Wembley. You got Brum. You got Brum staring at you in the face. And that's going to be a battle. But we'll see. Dave says, I like our odds. I like our odds to get there. But if we go to Wembley, we're getting their full lineup. And we're giving our full lineup. And I'm sorry, but Iwata is the best midfielder in League One by a mile. And Peck isn't that far behind. And I just don't know. We drew them 1-1 at home without Peck and Iwata in the lineup. And that's not to say ill of the Wrexham team, but that's just Birmingham paid a crap load of money, and they've got some ponies in the middle of the pitch that are able to do a thing. And so we'll have a puncher's chance, and we'll go in. And I would love to be able to go there and take that and hold it over them. But I'm also a realist. I would end up saying 80% chance we're off to Wembley, 20% chance that we win. Oh, absolutely. I want promotion. I want to be at the top, and I don't want to have to go through the playoffs to get there, because my heart can't handle the 3 additional matches. As much as it would be a lot of fun, an opportunity there as it comes free to Rodriguez. He pushes it forward, can't get to it. It's going to come back to Zanev, and he's going to pump it down the field. 73rd minute. There's just nothing much in this game, to be fair. Just headed back and forth through the midfield. Lots of throw-ins between the 2 sides. The passing is still very ugly. And so even when they have an opportunity, they're not able to build up through it. And we're sort of happy. Here we go. Brunt's going on a run up all the way forward through to McLean. We're very happy to push them back and then draw it all the way back on long switches, as we have here with Matty James, and just eke out some extended possession as we sort of search. Dave's trying to arrange a longer stay at Wrexham in order to fit in a Wembley match. It would be something else. We're going to know by Wednesday of next week. And I'll actually be watching the watch along, Brendan, on a train or in a car from the UK. Brendan Barnett pulls that all the way in. Oh, scoops it over. There's a header opportunity. And what was that? It came out of nowhere and scooped forward. And that was Fletcher, who'd come in as a sub. Missed that opportunity and pumped it wide. I think more could have been done.
I think he was actually passing it. No?
Was he passing that? He had to have been passing it. He was trying to get that over to Smith. So we did have subs. I wasn't paying attention there.
That's okay. We played a whole Fletcher thing, and we all were yelling Fletcher in the chat. You were just...
I was in my own little universe. Come on, Fletcher. I see it. Go Fletcher. Fletcher for the next goal. Fletcher on. It's morning. I'm late to fire up. Perry's down getting treatment, and so I can jump in on that one and go and find out. Ball possession, 64% to 36%. Do I have to hit the refresh button on that? 60-36, I guess. In the second half, XG is only at 0.21 for us. See, you're down 2 goals, and you have an XG for Northampton of 0.08. kind of gives you an idea as to where things are at. So Rodriguez out, Fletcher in. That was the only move. And I guess that's what you kind of expect as far as position. They're going through the highlights here. For the last 5 minutes here, would you like to see Longman go into the midfield, Brendan? Last 5-7 minutes?
I would. Again, like, I want to take these opportunities to change some formations, see how guys look, and if you can find a more deadly combination out there, I'm all for it.
Yeah, take the new toys out for a test drive and really see what they have. Reporting the Red Horde family from my league match on April 5th has me super excited to be able to report from Wembley. Would be ridiculous. Absolutely. And we're going to know by next Wednesday. So, yeah, I just realized I touched down in the UK at like quarter after 10 in the morning. And so I will be watching the watch along from the car traveling up to Doncaster from London. So that'll be fun. Fletcher and Rodriguez are playing in that position, right? Marriott and Smith are the other. So we've got our depth chart as far as those two sort of positions go. I would have liked to have seen, and we asked for this with Marriott and Mullen being on the pitch at the same time and never got it. So Perry in for Baldwin, and so that's going to be the final window of subs for Northampton. Always makes me nervous when that happens, when you've got 13 minutes plus added time and you've got no recourse. You hate to see somebody go down, other than like a concussion injury. You've got no subs left. So Dobson, late header attempt, going to be a free kick going in. Brendan says weak call. Just as a team that's down by 2, like, you'd expect them to be coming forward and really pushing, and I just haven't seen that. Do a vlog of a non-league game. Northampton, as I say that, it moves forward to McGeehan.
Non-league game, I'd love to go. What's Mark? What's his name? Runs that team. Yeah, that we played in non-league in the National League. They dropped down another division, though.
Mark. I know not who you speak of.
They were on the documentary. He's quite a character, the coach of one of those non-league teams. Dorking Wanderers. Thank you, Kim. Dorking, yeah. Mark, whatever his name is there.
All right.
I would love to go do if we're going to do a non-league game, I would do a Dorking game. Just to talk
do a Dorking game? In the National League South, and I don't even know how they're doing in the National League South, to be fair. Bring up the National League South table here. We're 10 minutes away here, and we're so comfortable with this outcome and result that we're looking at National League South tables. Out of curiosity, McLean has it 17 yards out, looking for a cross, trying to work over his man, and gets knocked out. And how dare you shout? Like, that's silly to say. Like, I'm all for shouting to try and get a call your way, but when it's not even close like that, like, that's just embarrassing. Oh, see, that's gross to look at. I went to the National League and brought up National League North, and it's got Chester at the top. Dorking Wanderers on the top of the South at the moment. 18 wins, 18 draws, 7 losses. They are 3 points clear, but they've played 3 extra matches over Worthing FC. Zanev goes and collects it over top of Fletcher. Just looking for their schedule. National League South makes it harder to go and do. Costello looking across all the way. Oh, dangerous, but it was stabbed away by Brunt and then collected by Rathbone as that was through and split two attacking Northampton players and then was headed away sort of without any fanfare. But the entrance was into the area was dangerous. Mark White, founder, owner, coach, the inimitable. Don't give me words more than 2 syllable as I drool and spit all over myself. Not okay early morning. Man, I'm late. Marriott obviously got the sub in, coming in for Smith, and he had the battle over on the left-hand side to try and steal that one through.
Yeah, that's a non-league shirt that I want to get just because I like Mark White and their team.
Kim's saying she thinks she heard that Dorkin won 6 in a row. So Longman's over for Barney. Marriott's in for Smith. I've missed if there's any other ones. As a freeman of the city of Chester and member of the guilds, it's sometimes tough to be a Wrexham fan. Wrexham Chester chants are the best, though. I'm trying to make sense of this. As a freeman of the city of Chester and a member of the guilds. The Wrexham Chester chants are the best, though. That's almost too deep for me this early in the morning. The only non-league I keep it close is FGR and Chester for opposite reasons. How is FGR doing in the National League anyways? They surreptitiously, oh God, stop it. More than 2 syllable, maybe 3, no good. Need simple. EOC gets it forward. Ooh, tough challenge there. We're going to get a free kick as that bangs into Dobson. Dobson just kind of gives
played the man off the neck. Ball.
McGeehan saying, what do you mean?
Yeah, forearm in the back.
Yeah. The forearm shiver to the back of the neck means nothing.
Yeah, a little whiplash. No big deal.
Oh, I love that Dobson doesn't go down. He just kind of stretches it out. Exeter goes up on Cambridge. I guess we could have probably wanted to have an Exeter win on that one to deal with. I mean, Exeter's not really into it.
Way up there on the play.
Matty James looking to try and get to it. Can't. Stabbed away. Costello running forward. He's all the way all over the place. It comes back to Matty James. Right footer. Bang. No luck as he just smashes that one into McGowan, the defender who came in for the sub early on in the half for Willis, the first half.
That was Longman.
No, Dave. Oh, that was Longman, not Matty James. Thank you, Longman. Second and 2 points off top with a game in hand. So Longman with it, right footer, smashed it off of the sub, Aaron McGowan. So corner from the right-hand side, McLean's going to stand there, away fans, full voice right behind him. Howard Rathbone, sorry if that was all caps or why you got caught. I can't see it as it goes far post. It's up there, but Fletcher was there, headed, stabbed away. It'll just go for a corner. Is McGowan there again to knock that one away? How did that miss? How did Fletcher miss that one on the first one? Long post, he goes up. Oh, he didn't quite get to it, and that was was that Deitch who managed to get their hand on it? Anyway, left footer again, going to go far post. It's up there. It's scrambled down, bouncing around, cleared. Oh, we got Cluworth.
McLean's going to go
the kid all the way up.
Clock.
McLean's going all the way
exactly. Yeah. Here comes McLean.
Get in the mix.
Touch Max.
All I saw was the yellow cards are coming out. We'll go one to each. Then the referee didn't see it. He's going to grab McGeehan and he's going to grab Cluworth and he's going to give them both a yellow card.
He's arguing now.
One yellow for each. Go back and play nice in the school in the playground, guys. That's what we're doing. A spirited disagreement. You got to make sure that you don't get one of those.
To Max.
I didn't see what happened there in the build-up.
He's ripping his shirt off. He wouldn't let go of Max. Oh, look, and you get to see McLean come flying in around everyone.
Yeah, but
He's
what
like,
did
"I'm getting in
Kluivert
this."
do? There had to have been something before for him to grab him like that. Whoa, nice little dance there by Matty James. What? Oh, if that would have gone in, that would have been like a worldie.
No,
Whoop, whoop.
if you watch the play there, he's holding Max's jersey, and after the play's well away, he's still holding on. So Max taps him in the chest to get him to let go, and then he gets pissed off and starts whipping Max around in a circle.
But that's what I mean is there. I think there had to have been something before the jersey hold. No, because why all of that added attention?
He was the one who just tagged Dobson in the back. He's in a pissy mood.
Oh, I get that, but I mean that was anyway. Max shouldn't have got a yellow then if that's what it was. But I assume there had to have been something more from.
No,
Mr.
he didn't.
Kluivert.
The ref didn't see anything. He saw two guys in each other's face and figured I'll give them both a yellow.
Yeah, I just expected there to be. I was trying to take off my rose-colored glasses and say, "Okay, Mr. Kluivert, what exactly were you doing?" But it appears he wasn't doing anything. So, dangerous opportunity there. That's Hoskins who directs it towards goal, and Chomp's just gonna wait and collect. 3 minutes. What are we thinking for added time here? 4 minutes? I mean, we've had a couple of injuries.
More than that.
It can't be more than that.
There were no goals. Substitutions were fairly quick. Got that one guy lying down.
Yeah, might be as many as two then. Maybe Ollie Rathbone needs to have the nickname Basil after Basil Rathbone,
look at all the
who
people
played
leaving.
Sherlock Holmes. And I'm sure, Howard, I'm sure you know this because the same last name. So you've researched Basil Rathbone, or you just know intuitively? Because I would never remember who played Sherlock Holmes. It's been that kind of day, and I will take it. It's a nice break when you're talking about Dorking Wanderers, UK food culture, and Sherlock Holmes in the 87th, 88th minute of a game. W&G. It's great to see ya. Joke says 4 to 5 minutes. Giselle says 3 minutes. I think that's a fair shout. That one's going to scoop on forward for Pinnock, who's going to earn himself a corner over on the left-hand side. Simply put, I hold the key to the city of Chester by birthright. It's like I'm all confused. We're gonna have to have a beer and talk about this, right? Far post scooped and headed away, and I think that was Fletcher who got his head on that one, and it's collected there by Hoskins. Is there a fire drill with the locals filing out? It's an empty stadium. There's been nothing in this for Northampton. Like that's the reality of this game is, I mean, we did the job. We scored our 2 goals and we did it early, and it's just been a comfortable 3 points and you walk away with it. But like Northampton has done absolutely nothing.
So again, there appeared to be nothing there with that for Trump, right? Where he had control of it. He said, "No, Fletch, leave it alone. I got it." Takes his time, comes over. That's where Arthur has indecision. Should I come out? Am I supposed to grab it? Should I just play it at my feet? Like he seems to be like thinking too much in those scenarios, where that's a nothing scenario for Howard, right?
Yeah. Well, you've got your coaching expertise right there in Chomp. If you're Wrexham, and you've got Ogonko, just let Chomp tell him, control him. Still looking for a goal to win the half. I'm not that bothered about it. Just get us home. Get us home. Everyone knows that Basil Rathbone is the only Sherlock. I didn't, and now I feel bad that I've offended. He is to Holmes what Sean Connery is to Bond. I'm going to be honest here. Have I ever watched any TV show or movie involving Sherlock Holmes? No. No. I haven't. If you have the key, you lock the English in. 4 minutes of added time. Well done. Thanks, Joke Sparrow, for the additional on that one. Like there's just no buzz. Do you know what I mean? Even in defending this, it's not like there's that extra effort going in to push it into the corner flag and hold on. It's everybody's sort of just strolling and meandering through. Fans are teetering their way down the pathways to exit the stadium, the LCS stand. Nondescript. Want a goal. Nondescript. That's how I will have this flashback to this game. I don't know, Dave. I had the same sort of criticism in the Stockport game against Reading that they had, where the game was really like this. There was nothing in it from the first 20 minutes and the last 60 minutes. It was like a 10-minute window where everything happened, and you were like, "Man, they look so good," and then it just all disappeared. But you get your goals, you call it, and make sure you're safe, and that's where it is. Everyone's suffering from a hangover. Shout out to Nigel Bruce for his perfect Watson.
By the way, I do like Benedict Cumberbatch as Sherlock Holmes. And if you've never seen the U.S. series where he moved to the U.S. and was working there, and his Watson was a woman. That whole series in New York was awesome.
Am I too young for all of this? Did I miss out on the whole Sherlock Holmes thing? I don't know. The game is elementary, my dear Red Horde. Indeed. McLean going forward a minute and a half till the end of the game. He's going to stop and just dance it back to the half. Man, grumpy Northampton fans. Whenever you see a shot of somebody in the crowd, it's just the misery. It's palatable. Palpable? Palatable? Palpable. Oh, yeah. An opportunity here. Marriott, right foot.
It was the show was elementary.
Anticlimactic.
It was really good.
Anyone in the chat have a link for the Wigan Stockport match? I'm thinking you're looking for a gray one. I'll be watching that one, and we'll be doing the watch along here. I can bring that link up, but you guys know how to get that. And I don't know, Brendan, if you wanted to pick up a different game, Barnsley Huddersfield, if you wanted to, or you wanted to watch the same one, I'm good either way.
Is there a good
Barnsley Huddersfield, Birmingham Charlton, Crawley Wickham would probably be the ones of interest.
And which is the one you want to watch?
I was going to watch Stockport and Wigan.
Oh, okay.
So if you wanted to watch any of Barnsley Huddersfield, Crawley Wickham, or Birmingham Charlton.
I'm surprised you didn't want to. Well, I guess we've watched Huddersfield at least 3 times. Barnsley once or twice. So
yeah.
But that seems to be the key name. Here we go.
There's the whistle. It's all over. That was, and let's not forget about that. Joke Sparrow throwing it out there. That was a big 3 points in an important game, an away game where we got 2 goals for the first time since the Posh game, or 2-goal lead for the first time since the Posh game, and no real stress. Like that was just a Saturday morning stroll to 3 points, and you take it and you go home without any squeaky bum time, without really having any nerves. I mean, if you bring the stats up, and we're just going to walk through this before, I mean, we've got 30 minutes to talk about things. Solid, and that's just it, right? Way to go, Wrexham. Good game, solid away one. Well done, you Reds. 58% to 42%, where really we took the second half all off. They're all just big 3 wins. Just got to keep ticking over. Exactly right. It's Regal with that one. And welcome, Regal. I don't think I've noticed you in the chat before, so thanks for joining. There is a women's match tomorrow. Yes, it's the Butte Energy quarterfinal involving Swansea. That'll be at the Rock. And so if you're waiting to catch Deandra and Brendan tomorrow for that one will be on. We had 10 total shots in the second half walking away from this one with only one on target, and we had the big chance and it was missed. But you look at overall things, 1.28 XG, nothing too especially high, but it was 0.6 when we had our 2 goals. We kept going forward a little bit. 320 accurate passes with 70% efficiency. That's okay, but not indicative of anything special. We just did enough to do the job, right? Swoosh Kid, thanks for taking the time to share. I appreciate that, Swoosh. And I'm thankful for all of you guys coming and joining and having a good time with us. If you're over on Twitch and you're over on Twitter and you wanted to come and hit the subscribe button on YouTube so that you get the updates as to when these are coming, please go ahead and do this. And I haven't done the shout out. I want to do that while people are still here. If you're into these pins, sport trading for work, for a club, for however you can use it for your charity, our sponsor, making sure this is ad-free all season long, Ultimate Promotions. So you can go to ultipromo.com, ultimatepromotions.biz, free shipping, free artwork, get all that done. My phone's going nuts, so that probably means that somebody's up doing a thing. No, not messaging me.
I'm bringing up the stats of the game.
Yeah, I'll bring the stats up and we'll just go through it. The big chances let's just be honest here. 5 total shots for the whole game. 3 in the first half, 2 when you're chasing the game in the second half. Not a single shot on target, no big chances. You had 3 corners and did squat with them. You had 59% passing efficiency on 192. Yeah. We did our job. We took care of business. We get to go home. Now we're all Northampton fans, and hopefully they can turn their season around and start to do some real things. John, I appreciate you being here. And yes, Kim, an important win. Stockport's nipping at our heels, and that's why I want to go and watch the Stockport one to find out, are they legit? Because the game against Reading that I watched was an interesting one. And so I want to go and see, and I guess I'm giving more money to Wigan. It's been a while since I gave money to Wigan. But just nothing from them. Nothing from Northampton in this entire game. 27% efficiency on 24 accurate long balls. They had 3 crosses and 23% efficiency. Was that the throws? Were there 71 throws? Usually you get like 40 in a match, so that's almost double. That's a lot of throw-ins. And appreciate it. Jokes for being here. And Northampton relegation talk is back after that anemic performance. Well, and you look at the table, and let's just have a look as we prepare ourselves. We'll jump onto this and maybe have a more of a look, because we'll end the stream probably in the next 3 minutes or so, and we'll jump over to the other one. And I should grab that link while we're at it. YouTube at the Red Horde. Grab the Wigan Stockport one, and we'll talk the Wrexham match for that one. So feel free to join us over there. I'll bring it into the chat here. There is the link to jump over. And what was I looking at? Just really quickly, then the table before we get over there. Come on. There it is. So we're now 1 point behind Wickham. They have their game in hand that they're going to be dealing with on the road in Crawley today. Hopefully Crawley's able to find some positive steps, because they've had some bad luck for an extended run. So maybe they can find something magical today. I've been using the word magic way too much to talk about things. Disney. It's got to be magic. I have to get used to using that as an adjective. To describe everything. Stockport, right at our heels, as Kim was identifying. We've got 1 game in hand over them. They're 4 points behind, and they're going to play today in the game that we're going to watch against Wigan, in Wigan, where if we can get Wigan to win, then it looks a lot rosier. It looks really like a top 3 closing things down with, we're down to 16 games left in the season. It's getting into money time now. And so we'll look at that and the other options. Talk a little bit about, I've been doing academy research and putting together that sort of stuff. So I'm curious about how to produce that video. And so I want some feedback for that. Kim says, I'm a big fan of Peterborough going down instead. So this is not great. Oh, she's torn. She's torn. The punishment of Posh versus the potential life being given to Stockport. So maybe Kim will argue for a draw in this one and the most points lost. Look, appreciate everybody here for this one. Was a lot of fun, even though it was sort of a ho-hum game. We're going to sign this one off. We're going to be over on the other channel. The link is in the chat. If you're watching over on Twitch, you're watching over on Twitter, come over to YouTube at The Red Horde. You can join us for the follow-up here as we watch the other matches around and talk about this one and decompress. Yeah, that's it. Thanks. It's been fun. It's too early in the morning. Have a good one. We'll see you hopefully on the other side.